All right, Taurus. We're doing a general reading today for you, Taurus. And as it's a general reading, it may not resonate for everyone. If it does resonate for you, I'm doing an extended reading, and the information for that is in the box below. Also, I am now open for personal reading requests, and I'm doing love readings also once a week on my channel, as well as a soulmate reading and a prosperity reading. Yeah, so check out my channel. That'd be great. All right, I'm going to start with the Llewellyn deck and doing a Celtic cross layout. Now, because it's a general reading, you know, anything can come up. So we'll see what comes up for you today, Taurus. What's happening, Taurus? This is for the week ahead, because I do read every week. All right. So we've got the Hermit from the universe showing up, and I will be doing clarification reading, you know, on these cards, and also drawing cards from the Wisdom of Avalon, the Oracle deck from the universe to add to the reading. Okay, so we got the Hermit and the Star showing up as guideposts. So I kind of feel like there's been, you know, a lot of guidance being given to you, and because you've been doing a lot of inner work, like really working on yourself to find who you are. You've taken the time, you've been alone, you know, doing the work on yourself to identify what makes you happy, what are your values, what do you really want, because I think you kind of feel like you're moving into a new time of your life, and I've got the Death card showing up here, so you're right, this is a new time. It's like a rebirth for you, and I think you've taken it very seriously, and you really, you know, want to get it based on who you currently are, and not kind of have the past override it as it tries to get in, because I can see that a bit here with the Ten of Swords showing up. But anyway, so that's what I see, and the Star providing a lot of healing in that process. And then you trusting the stars again. Like even, you know, even astrologically, I can see where you feel guided by the stars, which is maybe why you're even watching this reading right now, because it's, you know, it is a Taurus reading. So we got the Four of Wands showing up in an energy above you, and the Two of Pentacles. So feeling like once balance is there for you, because this is an energy now, it's not actually in the reading, but it has a great influence on the reading. So once balance is kind of there for you, you feel like then you will have peace and happiness with the Four of Wands showing up, and be able to commit to it. So you're looking for, this is where this is all going. This is like a vision or something. And you feel like you can almost see yourself feeling really balanced there, feeling really, you know, calm and happy and peaceful and long term, because this is, you know, commitment. You've got the Three of Pentacles showing up in the immediate past with the Nine of Cups. So you already, with the Hermit there, you've identified some things that are necessary for that to happen. And one of the things is that you get your heart's fulfillment. And with the Hermit and the Star, I feel like you have done the investigation yourself to kind of figure out what that is. Because remember, the balance comes from the laws of the universe. What you put out will return to you, okay? So you wanted to get really clear on what makes you happy. And then the Three of Pentacles, who makes you happy? Who would the people be like? You know, in terms of lining them up with who you are. And therefore, finding fulfillment and calmness and peace within relationships. And that's not just love relationships. That would be, you know, creating peace with people that are in your life around you as well. Because you got the Five of Swords showing up here, and the Six of Wands. So it's time for you to really get, you know, move towards that ride of victory where you create, you know, you manifest what is going to work for you, what you recognize, what the universe recognizes for you, and you coming together, that laws of attraction again, right? Riding into that sweet victory of connection. And in order to do that, you've got the Five of Swords, putting down any kind of conflict within you. or even around you, like not engaging in it, not creating it, not inviting it, because a lot of times that comes from defense. And if we feel like we have to defend ourselves, then sometimes I feel like maybe we're under threat. But if you already have done your work like you have and know what works for you with, having the people around you that are like you and, have the same values, and also knowing what your heart's fulfillment is, then you don't need to be defensive. And that's why I see you putting down that defensiveness, like eliminating it. And the high priestess, you don't need defensiveness if the high priestess is, totally engaged here as you move towards your path, which is the Knight of Wands. So the high priestess is really about trusting your intuition, moving to a higher vibration within you, because the Five of Swords was necessary when maybe you were surrounded by a lower vibration. Then you had to defend yourself, like really, if there's a war going on and you don't, can't defend yourself, guess what happens? You die. So it was that kind of mentality, that kind of feeling before. But now, as I said, you've done your work and you've started to create that around you. And the high priestess now can guide you, just as the stars can. Because the stars guiding you works through the high priestess, right? The high priestess is your intuition coming, connecting with the language of the stars. And that's where your strength is coming from now. Your strength is coming from that divine connection that you now have established as you move towards your path. And don't forget, this path is to victory. This path is to, building that committed place of happiness in you, but then manifesting it as well. And with the sun there, I can feel you moving towards manifesting it. Because now you have some clarity with you. You're on the ride, the sweet ride of victory again. You're moving towards it with illumination, clarity. The universe has got your back. It's supporting you to do this. Because you've done your work, the universe is now going to go, yeah, okay, I'm there for you. We got the Ten of Swords still showing up here around the Queen of Cups. So I feel like you're really ready for marriage. You're ready for that kind of commitment with a partner. This isn't a male or female card. It's not a gender card. It is a divine energy card. So really ready to open your heart and share it with another person, even though you got hurt in the past. So it doesn't matter if you got hurt in the past. And that's how you're seeing it. I know I got hurt in the past. I know that. But I'm ready to commit, and I want to be with somebody. I want to be married. I want that kind of connection. Then the Four of Swords showing up here around getting clear, because you've got the Chariot coming in. So a lot of time, when I said you were doing your work back here and you were alone and you were kind of in a non-state of action, a lot of dreams, a lot of visions, a lot of clarity came to you at that point. And now it's kind of manifesting into the universe, and the Chariot showing up. Because remember, the Chariot shows up to bring you what you ask for, just like the Justice card does, but it's actually action. So the Justice card sort of manifests with the Chariot. The Chariot is the action card, okay? You got the Four of Pentacles now, and the Eight of Swords, and the Page of Swords. So I think you're, it looks to me like you feel like you're on solid ground now. You've built a strong foundation for yourself, both inwardly with the Hermit and outwardly with the Pentacles. So I think you've built a solid base with a home base, whatever that means to you. You've got a solid home base with a solid foundation going on. And that could mean something different to each one of you. So that you kind of identify with that. And then you've got the Eight of Swords and the Page of Swords. So even though there's still stuff around you, like I said, the Ten of Swords is showing up here, it doesn't matter. You're ready, and you're going to intuitively move through any kind of obstacle course, any kind of resistance that may show up from, your own thoughts from the past. You're going, no, I'm not going to allow myself to do that. You're self-binding yourself. You're standing in the middle of passion and emotion, and you're going for it. And the Page of Swords is like, I'm going to go so far, I'm going to hold my position, see what shows up next, and then I'm going to advance. Okay, and you've got the King of Pentacles and the Death card around you now. So this is, once again, creating that solid foundation for yourself, that sense of independence in the world, and knowing that there's, opportunities already being offered to you more and more. And you've got the death card here too, so the death of, with that rebirth, and this is a death card, signifies a rebirth. With that rebirth, it's like you're coming out of this much more worldly, much more in charge of that side of your personality. This is not a male card, but it's a male energy card. So in charge of, creating resources in your life, money, creating a solid, foundation, whether it's a house or a home or whatever it is. Jobs, and I see a job already coming your way here, a job opportunity coming your way. So that kind of energy is already done with this rebirth. You've already set that foundation, that base up for yourself. With the Ace of Swords in a position, what you want is you want to get going. You want action. You want to, like, let's get this on the road. Let's get this going. You know what I mean? Like, I feel clear. Clarity's out there. Let's go. And then we've got the Nine of Swords showing up. So as long as action isn't happening, it's happening in your head, and you're strategizing, you're planning, and it's in a position of what you want. Now, it's a lot of overtime thinking, but maybe right now that's necessary because you've got the Eight of Swords on you now. Ace of Swords, sorry. So the Nine of Swords, I kind of don't see this as anxiety as much as I see it with strategizing and coming up with plans. Because then you've got the Five of Wands showing up in the outcome, and that's starting to kind of make some movement towards considering some of these plans, some of this path that's opening out for you. Not committing to anything in a major way yet, but kind of moving with each one that comes up and sort of sensing it out. All right, I'm going to leave it at that, Taurus. I will be doing an extended, and I'll be taking a look at where this Five of Wands leads to. I'll take a look at the Knight of Pentacles and see what that offer is, and I'll look at the Queen of Cups that's showing up there, the marriage card for you. All right, I'm just going to draw a card from the universe now, and we've got truth. Okay, so with that Ace of Swords in a position of what you want, that's what that's all about. Strategizing to move towards what's true for you. So that's inner strategizing and outer strategizing. A lot of thinking, a lot of planning, but following and clearing things up to get to the truth. This is the truth for you. And truth in other people too, actually, because you can't, you have to weigh it out against your own values and stuff. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that, and I might see you on the extended as listed below, or I'll see you next week. I hope this was helpful, Taurus.